Hello and welcome to my Civilization 6 run through game playthrough. This is Rise and Fall, the expansion. We're gonna start right there. We're not gonna start with the vanilla one. Let me tell you, this game is so fun, so addictive. If you have not played it yet, I recommend it. People you might see on the internet people talking smack about the game or whatever. Find out for yourself. That's what I say, because this game is very, very fun. Um, it's very, very addictive, just like every single Civilization game that I've played. It's funny that the people who are talking about the game negatively, they're still playing it hours and hours on end. They're still on the blogs and stuff like that in the forums, conversating about the games because the game is just so awesome. Anyway, I've been playing this game since like 2002. Man, it's been like 16 years now, man. And so that's been since Civ 3 actually. And let me tell you, every single game is awesome. The game keeps on getting better and better, and this game is super. And the updates that they just had in the game made it so much fun. Well, we're gonna play with China today. The reason why I chose China is because China is one of the coolest civs in the whole game. Why? Because they have a great wall. They're a cultural civ. There are several ways to win in this game. Cultural is one of the ways. And the reason why I want to do China is because it'll show you a good amount of gameplay that every civ will have to use. A warring civ, they're more about war. I want to give you a more diverse way of looking at the game. So, the Great Wall is really awesome. And so we're going to start with them. Okay, let's see. China is also really good at wonder building. Also, I want to show you how to do it.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. In your people lies your greatest strength, Emperor Qin Shi Huang. From all over the world, others will come to gaze upon the great walls and towering wonders of your united China. May the hands of your men never blister as they work hard and fast to raise the most impressive structures that the world will ever know. Protect them well, and you will forever be immortalized.
Alright, here we go. As you see, again, it's showing us here exactly, this is the part of the game where I strategize exactly what I want to do with this civ. So, what I want to do is, in the ancient and classical time frame, China is really good at building wonders. So what I want to do is put this civilization in a position to utilize the features that they do best. So I'm going to definitely want to build some wonders in the ancient and classical. I'll definitely want to build a lot of builders also to help me with that. Let's see here. And what I do also want to do throughout the game is I want to make sure that I take advantage of this. This is huge. Eurekas, you see this right here? That's the science Eureka, and that's the cultural Eureka right there. So they get 50% of the civics and technologies instead of 40%, which is awesome. So they get an extra 10%. So this is really, really fun to play with China. So that's why I wanted to show you China first. Let's see here. So this is our starting area. So we got some wheat here. That's great for growth. We have some tobacco. This is a luxury resources. Luxury resources, what they do is they help you to stay happy. Just like in real life, coffee, tobacco for some people. Another luxury resource. See, there you go, coffee. Actually, I just throw that out of my head because I love coffee, but there's some coffee there. Wheat, of course, is for food, and so this helps your city grow. So this is a great place to start. And so we also on some hills, so that's going to help us with our production. So I'm happy to start here. We start off with a warrior also. The warrior is a unit that fights. It's a fighting unit. The settler, it settles a new city for you. So here we go. Great place to start. I got some muscle here. This is what I call muscle. Some good places to build mines. Some good places to grow, and also some good luxuries around here. So this keep my people happy. So great place to start. Now, this is what I like to do in the first few what they call builds. This is where you build and produce things. What I like to do is I like to build enough units to go out and search the area for goodies, and also to scout everything out for my next cities. So I'm going to move from over here. I'm going to choose my research, the technology tree, and what do I want to do first? That's a question that I ask myself. What I want to do first, I want to grow my city first. So I'm going to take advantage of this wheat. So let me go to the corresponding research that I need to do to find out how to harvest wheat. Allows harvesting of wheat and rice. So I'm going to pick pottery instead of animal husbandry and instead of mining. And what you also want to do is keep in touch and keep in mind what you want to do next. I have coffee, so that I want to mine also. And actually, tobacco actually is more pertinent actually than the coffee because it's closer to me. It's within my area of influence, which is this outline right here. So what I'm going to do is keep in mind that I want irrigation as well down the road. This is another way to get to the tech tree up here. Tech tree, civic tree, great people, governors, and historic timeline. I'll show you what all those mean. So first I'm going to put pottery. So we're going to research that first. It's going to take me 10 turns to research it. If nothing else great happens. That's called a eureka. If you get a eureka and you learn something on the way, then that 10 times could be 5, could be 4. With China, they have an extra ability to make that less if they get a eureka. So let's see what happens. Alright, so let's see here. Now, also, it'll tell you exactly what you need to get a eureka for these. Like for instance here, if you are selling for instance, it'll take 20 turns unless you found a city on the coast. That's called a boost. Then you will get the eureka, which it'll be 50% of the cost here, 20 turns. It'll be 10. If it's China, it'll be you get an extra 10%. So it'll be 9 turns instead of 10, which adds up as you go along. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And that works the same thing for the civic tree as well. I'll show you how that works as well. All right, here we go. So what do we want to build first? First, I like to build a scout. Some people like to build a monument first to get that culture going. But me, I want to build a scout first. Why? Because I want to find out what's going on around me. You can also build a warrior to fight. It's a melee unit, meaning it's fight hand to hand. Or I can build a slinger, which is a ranged unit, which means that it does not make contact when it fights people. It fights them from afar. So you will find out how that works. A builder, I can create a builder also in order to harvest my wheat, in order to harvest my tobacco, or with China, which is an extra special thing, the builder will help you to build wonders also. Pretty cool. But first I want to start. Okay. Now through this run through, I'm only going to run through about 20 or 30 minutes of this run through. One other thing to keep in mind is your era score. Your era score is when you go through your different eras. I'm going to show you. Right now we're in the ancient era. When you get to the classical era, you want to have a certain era score, is what they call it. You want to go from 0 to 12 in order to prevent yourself from going into a dark age. Okay, well, we just got a Eureka. We just got an inspiration. Or Eureka. So what happens is that when you do something in the game, it will give you a boost in your civics score or in your technology research. What we just did, we discovered a new continent. So that's really awesome. So that means we're a lot smarter now in trying to accomplish something. So let's see what we did here. So that was in our civics. So now you see, with the Eureka, instead of 30 turns, it's going to take them 16 turns to research foreign trade, which gives you these benefits. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Discover a second continent. All right. So we discovered a second continent. So we got that. All right. So that's easy enough to figure out. So we can move on. Okay. Let's see. So at this point in the game, I'm trying to find another place to settle. Okay, I got some desert here. Sailing along the rivers is a really great place to settle in Civilization 6 because you will find out that it's easier to grow your cities and you get more money for settling along the rivers. Also, it may be easier for you to protect your cities as well, because let's say that your city like mine is right here. If you have an enemy soldier in these particular squares here across the river, it's harder for them to win battles against your soldiers and against your city also. So that's something to keep in mind when you're planning your cities. We met some barbarians. Barbarians are an important part of the early game. And they're just that they're uncivilized people who all they want to do is mess up your cities and kill your people. So you got to be very, very careful with them. But they're very fun also. I think they're very fun. But man, can they put a damper on your day. Let me just put it like this. Now, I have a decision to make. Should I go ahead and take this guy out right now, or should I keep on looking around? I don't want to take him out only because he's so close to my city. I don't want him to mess up anything. But sometimes I'll say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with these guys right now. But what'll happen is, if I don't deal with him now, a lot more will come out and mess up my early plans, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to have to deal with that. So go ahead and get him out the way. Okay, as you see, we're on turn number 6 out of 500, 3800 BC. As you see here, when I mouse over here, it'll show you down here how the battle plans look. So you can learn about that more yourself. I'm not going to get too much in the weeds. So here, I'm going to heal up a little bit and then fight them again later. Okay, my scout just got created, so let's go. Let's go out here and see what's going on out here in the big bad world. Okay, Next, I want to create. This is my new strategy. I go really big on soldiers first. So I'm gonna go warrior next. I'll go really big on soldiers. Get that out of the way so I don't have to worry about my defense. And I go really big on settling cities first. There goes a scout, a barbarian scout. Now, the barbarian scouts, let me tell you why they're so huge for.
Harald Sigurðarson stendur fyrir þér. Aldrei var víking slík lands né lagar. Ertu hræddur?
Okay, we just met the Vikings, led by Harold Hardrada. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Alright, now, when I meet a new civ, this is what I think about. How close are they to me? And what is the leader's personality like? The Vikings, they can be very warlike, but sometimes it takes them a while to really build themselves up. I'm not going to worry about them too much. The only thing I am going to worry about is the fact that they're really close to me. Usually if a civ is close to you, you're going to war pretty soon. So the only thing that will prevent me from going to war with them is having a really strong military. So that's one of the reasons why I build my military really strong early on. So the barbarian scout, he's very important. Why? Because when a scout reaches your camp and they say, oh, look at this, we have some stuff over here, scout will go back to its post. I don't think that scout belongs to this post, so I don't have to worry about that. But there's a post back here somewhere, I do believe. If he makes it over here, he's gonna go back to that post and say, hey, there's a city over there, let's send some more troops over there. So you don't want that scout to get back to his post before you kill the post, or the scout first. So that's how that works. Alright, early on we have a lot of action going on here, because if you find a civ in your first few turns, get ready for some action in the early game, because again, the AI doesn't like people close to them. If you're close to them, then you're a threat, and it's going to cause some friction, chances are. Okay, so now I have a choice. Do I kill him, or do I kill him? I'm going to finish him off first. Let's see here. Alright, so now, I'm trying to find some goodie huts. Now, what are goodie huts? Goodie huts are little ancient huts that would give you either money or faith or a new population inside your city. They're little, it's kind of like a Cracker Jack box. There's a prize in every Cracker Jack box and you don't know what it is. Those are basically what goodie huts are. Let's get him. Let's do it. Alright. Our first era score. Right. So we destroyed a camp, so we get an era score for that. And remember, the era score will help you to stay out of a dark age, get to a golden age. And so those are why they're so important. And we'll see more about that later. Dark ages, they hurt your progress, just like in real life. And golden ages, they really help your progress. So we'll see about that later. Let's see. We got a unit promotion that we can capitalize on next turn. Okay, my next warrior is almost ready. So early on, let me show you what I'm thinking about early on.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Our first technology is finished, pottery. Remember, we needed pottery in order to harvest this wheat. So now all I have to do now is, you see, I can build something now. I'm gonna send him over here to help this guy, because he's kind of weak right now. See, he's almost dead. So he's very vulnerable right now. So I want to protect him as much as possible, even from the scouts. Because you see, if they were to fight, the scout's going to beat him. So if you look at him right now, he's at 16 of 100 in his health. That's not good. But the good thing is that he has a promotion available, and I can pick from any one of these. I'm going to pick this one. Now he's healthier now. The reason why I like to build my army up really early on in the game, I'm talking about right away. Two things. You can use your soldiers to scout out the land and find goodie huts just like your scouts. But also, you deter the AI from invading you. Now, so let me show you a little something that I pay attention to early on in the game. This is your world rankings. They're very important because you understand where you are in relation to the other civilizations in the game. That can be very huge. Domination, okay, victory. The domination victory is won by capturing all the capitals in the game, but we're not worried about that right now. And we're not going for a domination victory in this game. So I use this to find out my military strength. I only have a 13 in my military strength, and I'm number 11 in the whole game. See, no, I'm sorry. That's just my player score. There's only 8. I'm in 8th place, which is worse in the whole game. Not good. In relation to the Vikings, he has a 70. So I have to keep that in mind as the game goes on. If he has more than me, he is going to want to invade me, and I don't want that. Right now, also my science score. Let's see. I have a 1, and he has a 1, so we're tied right now. So I want to keep that in mind as well, early on and throughout the game. All right. So let's see. The next technology that I want is usually to build a mine. Why? Because I can then build things more quickly. So, because the mine gives you muscle. 1+1 production usually, or more. Okay, next I'm going to build a slinger to accompany my warrior. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably save up for a builder. Maybe not actually. I'll probably build a builder next. And then I'll go back to building more warriors. Because I like to save this first money that I get to buy a settler actually. Oh, look what we have. have here is a goodie hut, tribal village. So whenever you see that, you want to go for those as soon as possible because they have goodies inside of them. Alright, the village will share the secrets of their well-organized community. Cool, so we get a boost there. Your progress towards state workforce has advanced considerably. Okay, let's see what that happens. Let's see what that means practically. Okay, state workforce right here. So now it takes less time for us to get this particular civic. Okay, this is your civic tree, meaning like your government, how you govern your people, etc., etc. This game is really fun, right? So. Now, right now, I'm also looking at places where I want to settle my first settlements also. Based on the type of luxuries that are around them, based on the type of, let's see here, resources, bonus resources that are around them, based on the kind of food that's around them. Just like in real life, you know, if you were trying to settle somewhere, like, is this a good place to settle for my family, etc., etc. You know, so that's how this game works, and it's pretty cool. Let's see. All right, so let's get rid of this guy. All right, now we just met a city-state, our first city-state. And city-states, they help you in a lot of ways. This city-state helps you culturally. That's pretty cool. City-states are not like these civilizations. They're just like minor players in the game. And they cannot grow cities, just in case you didn't know that. So let's continue to look out in the big world, see what's going on. Let's see. First city will probably be over here. Why? Down the line, I want to build what's called the Petra, and it gets bonus production on desert tiles. So I like to get the desert city up first, if possible.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a man.
Alright. Okay, so we get our first governmental ability to pick things that will help our government and our people out, okay? So you have policies that you can pick as the leader. Military policies, they're in red. Economic policies, they're in gold. So I picked this one here to fight the barbarians, and I have a choice to make. Do I want to build things quicker with this one, or do I want to get more faith and gold with this one? The reason why you might want to pick this one is to get the early pantheons that will give you free stuff that you can buy with faith. I mean that you use your faith to get. Or do you just want to get your Pantheon naturally a little bit later in the game? tough decision. Lately, I haven't been going for the Pantheon first because I didn't want to get a religion. In order to get a religion, you have to get a Pantheon first. So I'm going to go with this one here because I don't want to focus on religion on this game. Alright, so this is a part of the map that I have not discovered yet. I have not sought out. So I'm going to go over here with him. Alright, let's see here. So I plan to build a builder next. So I'm going to be able to take advantage of this. Let me see. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, next I'm going to build a builder, just like I said, so I can grow my city. Whenever you see the AI with more than one soldier in one area, usually that's a giveaway. They're going to attack this city-state here. If they were over here by my city, I'd be like, I think they're going to attack me. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. But you see, I've made it a lot closer. 62 military strength to 70. So they're looking for the weakest person to attack right now. And that city-state is it. What can we find? What can we find? Let's spread out a little bit. Oh, some good places to settle. Got some silver there. Got some deer, some copper. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Some more meat. I love it, I love it.
Who deserves more credit than the wife of a coal miner?
He's so far away. And I'm not going to mess with him unless he messes with me. Okay, first I want to grow my city first. So I'm going to harvest this wheat here. Well, excuse me, I'm using the wrong term. I'm actually not going to harvest the wheat. I'm going to build a farm over it so that we can continue to get the resources from it. Harvest, when you harvest a resource, it basically means that you take it off of the board, but we don't want to do that. We just want to basically build a farm over it so that we can continue to get the benefits of it. Alright, time to put it over tech to research. I'm gonna go here. Okay. So what you want to do, I think, in the early game is have priorities. And your build, your production list is going to be based off of your priorities. My priorities in the early game is military, science, and settling new cities. So my military is pretty strong right now. I just made a builder, which is going to help everything. And I think I want my military to be even stronger, so I can just get it out of the way. So I'm going to make another warrior.
Ihtugu hana pe winya, ntogi mawin, niwe chihtuin, tigayana no.
Okay, so we just met somebody up. We just met the crew. Another civilization. Let's see, what do we meet him at? Let's see. So that way I can know where he's coming from. Oh, there we go, right there. Okay. So he's over here. Another error score from meeting a new civilization. Pretty cool. So you see, I'm a 6 of 12 now. If I can make it to 12, that means that I won't have a dark age, which is huge. Now here it shows you a lot of things about your city that's very important for you to understand. Let me show you. Your loyalty is 100. Very important. You'll learn more about that later. The religious citizens that you have, once the religions of the world become more pertinent. These are your amenities, how happy your people are. Right now we're +1, so that's a good thing. Let me show you how that translates. Your city stat is happy. So +1 amenity means that you're happy. 1 and 0 required. And your housing, how fast your people will grow, is based off the housing. And we will be growing in 10 turns. As you see right here, we have 2 population right now. And we'll be growing in 10 turns. Alright, let's go. Let's give me some more growth, baby. We have a farm right here. And hello, Mr. New City State. There goes another goodie hut. Let's go get it. And this is the part of the game where I get really excited because the money is stacking up. I'm going to use this to buy a settler when I get enough money. And now I can see what's around me a lot better. And I'm thinking about getting a settler or 2 out so that I can assert myself in the world. There's another goodie hut, pretty awesome. Citizen working this and a citizen working that. Didn't want to change that though, because I want more growth at first. And I'm going to balance that out by doing this. Okay, that goodie hut just got us a new scout. Awesome. gonna send him over here. To discover new lands and new civilizations and new opportunities. What happened there with that particular goodie hut is that the villagers joined our civilization, so it added a population to our city. Pretty cool. I love that. Okay, where should I send him? I'm gonna send him over here.
Gina vemba nzinga yeketi luvana mbote. Ngeti mona vo lwasambuka kwa tata nzambi. Keti lwana vava mukabula ntemwena.
Oh yes, now it's gonna get really fun now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this broadcast here. And I'm gonna save this game. And we're gonna start off and finish up this era on the next playthrough. It's gonna get really fun now. Everything's gonna start coming together. The Vikings, they're like, you're kind of close to me. Congo, you're kind of close to me. Cree, they're far away, so they're probably not going to have a problem with any of us over here. Everything's going to start coming together as I start to move out over here, probably over here, or they start to move out closer to me. It's going to be very, very interesting and very, very fun. So I'm going to stop it here and we'll pick up there later. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.